Okay, guys, good morning, or afternoon as it is. I'm starting to set up for tomorrow's butchering. First thing I have here is I have a food grade garbage. Anyways, it's food grade. It's the right kind of plastic. You want to, you need water. So we are connected to a hose here. And on our hose system, when we prepared for our homestead, because we built our house and stuff like that, one of the things that we did is that we added here a hot and cold spigot. So you can see there. We did that especially for processing. I'm going to go get some of the other things. Right here we have an outlet. You're going to need an outlet in your area that you're processing. So over here next to the outlet, we're going to have our tank that we fill up with water to our broiler. We have a special one that is just for this process, and you can get temperature, and this gets it at that certain temperature. So you need something that where you can control the temperature so that you are scolding them basically before you take their feathers off, that where you can put that and have that ready. You're going to need some gloves, some heavy duty gloves, so you can dip that bird in there and pull them out. So I believe we have those together. We usually keep a paddle with it so that we can dip the bird under, because you want to get the whole feet under and all of that. And then we need a tarp, we need a table, and we need knives. So if you're going to have more than one person, you need more than one knife. Make sure that knife is sharp, very sharp. It's better to get processing knives for this. You get a nice plastic handle, something that's easy to clean in between times that you're processing birds. So I'm going to go get some of those supplies, and I'll take you with me. And of course, some of these supplies are pretty large, so I am going to deploy my farm friend to come with me. And that thing is so handy. My gorilla cart, I use it for everything. Aren't they beautiful butterflies? So you may have saw in the video before this, our chickens have been separated from, we keep our chickens together. They're 3 weeks apart. We do 2 groupings of 16. And because we do 2 groupings of 16, we have these birds separated from the other birds now. They're not going to be fed overnight. They need more water, so I'll get them water in a minute. But they're in a clean area. It's not going to rain tonight, so they're not going to get dirty. So they're going to be by themselves, away from the other birds that are not getting processed. So I don't have to take them out in front of the other birds where they might be panicked and it can be a whole mess. So in our tiny house, we have these. I'm going to have to fix that so that goes on there again. They just hook on these screws here. And then what we did is we put 2 screws in our posts. This is long enough to go in between our posts that we have on our patio. So in here, and of course it needs to be cleaned out. This is why you do this the night before. We have our paddle and our rubber gloves for dipping them. You want to use those for dipping them, and then also putting them in bags the next day. If you want to put them in bags to broil them. This takes 2 cords, one for each eating element. So you want a place where you can plug that into 2 spots. And then we're just going to grab this whole thing. We'll clean it out before we use it. We also have a tarp. We're going to need buckets with water in them. Tomorrow we'll do that part. And then buckets with soapy water in them. And that is to put under the killing cones. And then, what else do we need? Let me think here. The reason why you prepare this the night before, because homesteaders, this isn't my only job on the homestead. I have to get up and prepare and take care of the live animals, as well as do this in a day. So, okay, so we'll get this over there. Unroll a tarp, and there's a wolf spider right there. Yeah, running towards you. Okay, so this is our killing cone thing, and see, this is why you do it the night before. We have a snafu. These beams are further apart than the beams on the other side of the house. Now, I have a feeling that these beams, yeah, so got an extra piece of wood there. We will figure it out. Worst case scenario, you put the processing cone directly on the beam. And you really want all 3 processing cones on there. And so you really want this. So we'll figure that out tomorrow with my brother. I'll clean this out tonight, and then I'll clean this out tonight. This is our extra. This is where the chickens will sit overnight for us. There will only be 6 in there because my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are taking 10. So unless they only take 5, which hopefully they'll take 10. So, so we need 3 buckets. I'll go get those. Every killing cone you have. So you're going to put that bucket with soap and water in it. You want the water in there. Otherwise the water the blood congeals into the bucket, and it's really hard to get out. And even then you'll have to soak these buckets for a couple days. And they're great to add to your garden or around your garden. The blood is to keep the rabbits away. So that's what I look forward to. So we have our buckets to go under there for each of the killing cones. And then we need our knives and our table yet. I'll go get the table. So this is our eviscerating table. So we will put it right against there. I usually have a tarp under that. That tarp will fold open, so we'll probably make the whole process kind of right here. Killing, and then they go directly into the scald, and then from the scald they go to the plucker, so that plucker person will be over here. And from the plucker person, they go to the table that will probably be over here for evisceration. And then from the evisceration, they will go in a nice ice bath in here. And so that's where they go and stay overnight. And then you can process them. You can process them within hours. We like to keep them overnight. And what we are doing here with the killing cones and all of that, this is technically a kosher kill of what we're doing with our birds here. So that's how we do it. We make sure that we do a nice kosher kill. There's going to be no chickens running around with their heads cut off and all of that crazy stuff. None of that happens here at Hedgehog's Homestead. We just do the nice kosher kill. You slit right there and they bleed out. You don't want to take their head off, because what that does is when you don't take off their head, it keeps their heart working for as long as it has blood in it, and it pushes all that blood out of the system, and that's how you get that kosher kill. What I'm going to do is just clean the scolder out really good. I'm going to clean this out really good. This is where we contain our food in the ice bath, and so that's what we'll be doing. Just getting it all done. Okay, so let's get on this for all of these items on Amazon below. If you guys are interested. And these are our butcher knives. They are nice and sharp. When we take those out there, we will also take a sharpener with us, because the worst thing you can do for a bird is not having a sharp knife, because that sharp knife makes the action happen so quickly. If you have a dull knife, you're sitting there sawing at their skin, and I'm sorry, this is really morbid, but you're sawing at their skin and you're not being as humane as you can be. So you really want that quick kill. And as soon as they, and if you get them right, and we'll show you how to do that, if you get them right, or I'll link a video that shows you how to do that, they bleed out so quickly that they just kind of, well, first of all, you're hanging them upside down. So they kind of have that euphoric feeling because all the blood is running to their head. So because of all the blood is running to their head, when you score that jawline, it releases it a lot quicker if you score it right and you don't have a dull knife. And then it just, the whole processing, they die faster. The only thing that they're going to feel is like a little sting when they first feel that knife, if it's sharp enough. So there you go. We'll wash these out and get you guys on your way. So the buckets, you don't have to do anything to those but add water. In here, I just clean that out with soap and water. And in here, we're cleaning this out with soap and water. Actually, what I'm going to do with this one, because we have used it for other things, even though it's food grade, we're going to go ahead and add bleach to this. There we go. And that's it. I'm going to let this sit overnight with that soapy, bleachy water solution. Tomorrow I'll give it a rinse with a washcloth. But we're going to let this sit overnight and kind of disinfect. Tomorrow I want no soap and water in here. I just want ice water, total cold ice water. And so that's what we'll soak those birds in. So that's it to getting ready the night before. That's all I have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and also do some other chores I need to do. So thank you for coming along with me today. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time here on Hedgehog's Homestead. Bye.